Hello, my wonderful learners, and welcome back to English Unlocked, the podcast. I'm Teacher Emma, and I'm so happy you're here with me today. You know what? Many of you write to me saying, Emma, I understand English perfectly when I listen, but when I try to speak, I build every sentence word by word. It's so slow and exhausting. I get stuck and feel frustrated. Does this sound familiar? If yes, then today's episode is exactly what you need. Today, we're going to learn about something called the chunking method. This simple technique will help you speak English more naturally and fluently. No more building sentences word by word. No more getting stuck. Just smooth, confident English speaking. Take a deep breath with me. Let's begin this journey together. My dear learners, let me ask you something. When you speak your native language, do you think about each word separately? Of course not. You speak in groups of words, in phrases, in natural units. This is exactly what we call chunking. Now, chunking means learning and using groups of words together. Instead of saying each word separately, you learn complete phrases that go together naturally. Think of it like building blocks. Each chunk is a complete building block, and when you speak, you simply put these blocks together. Let me give you some examples. You already know many chunks in English. For instance, how's it going? Let me think. I don't think so. Have a nice day. Long time no see. Now, notice something important. When you say, how's it going, you don't think about the grammar. You don't say, how is it going? Slowly. No, you say it as one smooth unit. How's it going? This is the power of chunking. When you learn a chunk, you learn a complete idea, not just individual words. You learn when to use it, how it feels, and most importantly, it helps you sound natural and confident. Here's what amazes me about the human brain. When you try to speak English word by word, your brain works extremely hard. Think about it. You need to remember vocabulary. You need to check grammar rules. You need to find the correct sentence structure. That's so much thinking. And what happens? You get tired, you pause, you say and You lose confidence. Sound familiar? But imagine this. What if you could use complete phrases without thinking about grammar? What if you could speak naturally, quickly, and correctly? This is exactly what chunking gives you. When you learn chunks, you think in complete ideas. And here's the beautiful part. This is how native speakers usually talk. They don't build every sentence from zero. They don't think, I need a subject, then a verb, then an object. No way. They speak using ready-made expressions, chunks, patterns that are already natural to them. Many learners ask, how can I speak English fluently without translating? The answer is chunking. When you listen to English around you, in movies, podcasts, conversations, you'll start noticing the same phrases again and again. Phrases like, I'm not sure. Let me check. It's up to you. These appear everywhere because they're natural chunks that English speakers use constantly. And the more you notice them, the more they become part of your own English. You don't memorize them like vocabulary lists. They just become natural for you too. This is how English works in real conversation. Take a breath. Let's practice with some powerful chunks that you can use immediately. Remember, these aren't random words. These are natural pieces of English that people use every single day. First chunk. I'm on my way. This means I'm coming or I'm going to the place now. Instead of saying, now I go to the place where you are, which is too slow and difficult, you simply say, I'm on my way. Fast and natural. Second chunk. Let's keep in touch. We use this when we want to stay connected with someone. Maybe you meet someone new, or you finish a course. You want to talk again in the future. You say, let's keep in touch. It's a perfect goodbye chunk. Third chunk. That's not the point. This means that's not the important part. Maybe someone doesn't understand what you mean. You can say, that's not the point. Very useful in discussions. Fourth chunk. That makes sense. This means that's logical or I understand. We say this when something is clear and easy to follow. That makes sense. So natural. Fifth chunk. What do you mean? This is perfect when you don't understand something. Instead of saying, I don't understand what you said, you simply ask, what do you mean? Quick and polite. Now, let's go deeper. Did you notice something? Each of these phrases is complete. Each one gives a clear message. You don't need to think about grammar. You don't need to build them word by word. You just say them naturally. This is the beauty of chunks. They save you time. They make your English sound real. They help you speak the way people actually speak. Chunks help you feel relaxed in real conversation. Now you might be thinking, Emma, this sounds wonderful, but how do I actually learn chunks? Excellent question, my dear learner. Let me walk you through it step by step. Step 1. Listen with purpose. Listen carefully to English speakers. Really carefully. Watch movies. Listen to podcasts like this one. Pay attention to conversations. Listen for phrases that come back again and again. That's not coincidence. Those are natural chunks. Step 2. Write them down. Don't trust your memory completely. Take your phone or a notebook and write the chunk down. Not just the words. Write where you heard it, how it was used, and maybe the emotion. This helps you remember when to use it, not just what it means. Step 3. Speak out loud. This is really important. Don't just read chunks silently. Speak them out loud. Yes, even if you're alone, even if it feels strange. When you speak chunks out loud, your mouth starts to remember them. Your tongue gets used to the rhythm. Your brain connects the sound, the meaning, and the feeling. Soon, the chunk will come out automatically, without effort and without translation. Step 4. Review regularly. Chunks are like plants in a garden. You need to water them. See them again and again, every few days. Open your notebook. Look at your chunks. Say them again. Remember how they felt. Even 5 minutes a day makes a huge difference. Now, here's something special. Start with just 2 chunks per day. Not 10, not 20, and just 2. After 1 month, these phrases will come naturally in your conversations. After 3 months, you'll have 60 chunks that make your English flow beautifully. Now, Let's talk about something special. There are different types of chunks, and understanding this will make you even better at natural English. Greeting chunks. How's it going? What's up? Good to see you. Nice to meet you. Opinion. Chunks. I think that, in my opinion, from my experience, it seems to me, conversation flow. Chunks. That reminds me. Speaking of which, by the way, that's interesting. Closing chunks. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it. Take care. See you later. Here's something fascinating. When you learn chunks by category like this, your brain creates connections. You start to see patterns. You understand not just what to say, but when to say it. Let's go deeper. Here's where chunking becomes even more powerful. When you combine chunking with shadowing practice, amazing things happen. So, how does the chunking method really help you speak English fluently? The secret is in shadowing chunks, not individual words. Shadowing means listening to English and repeating immediately, like an echo. But instead of shadowing word by word, shadow chunk by chunk. When you hear "how's it going?" repeat "how's it going?" as one complete unit. When you hear "that makes sense," repeat "that makes sense" with the same rhythm and feeling. This trains your mouth muscles, your ear, and your brain all together. You're not just learning chunks, you're making them part of your natural speaking rhythm. Here's the powerful part. When you shadow chunks, you're training your brain to think in English patterns. Your mouth learns the natural flow of English. Your ear becomes sensitive to English rhythm. Your confidence grows because everything feels familiar. Practice this way for 20 minutes every day. Choose one English podcast episode. Listen to a 2-minute section. Identify 3 to 5 chunks in that section. Then shadow just those chunks. Listen and repeat. Listen and repeat. Feel how they flow. Notice the rhythm. Let your mouth remember the movement. After 1 week of practicing the same chunks, they will feel completely natural. In 2 months, your speaking confidence will improve a lot because you won't be thinking. You'll just be flowing. This English podcast is designed to help you practice natural speaking through chunking and shadowing together. Take a breath. Let me tell you about some mistakes I see often, so you can avoid them. Mistake 1. Learning too many chunks at once. Please, don't try to learn 20 chunks in one day. Your brain needs time to process and practice. 2 or 3 chunks per day is perfect. Mistake 2. Only writing, not speaking. Chunks must be spoken. If you only write them in a notebook, they stay on the paper. Make them alive in your mouth. Mistake 3. Forgetting context. Don't just memorize chunks like vocabulary lists. Learn when to use them, how they feel, and what situations they fit. Mistake 4. Being too perfect. Remember, chunks are about natural communication, not perfect grammar. Sometimes chunks break grammar rules, and that's completely normal. Mistake 5. Giving up too early. Chunks need time to become automatic. Don't expect perfect fluency after 1 week. Give yourself at least 3 months to see real improvement. Take a breath. Now, I want to give you a practical system for building your personal chunk collection. Think of it like building a library, But instead of books, you're collecting useful phrases. Week 1. Start with basics. Focus on greeting chunks and simple responses. How are you? I'm fine, thanks. Nice to meet you. You're welcome. Week 2. Add conversation chunks. What do you think? That's a good point. I'm not sure about that. Could you repeat that? Week 3. Include daily life chunks. I'm running late. Let me check. I'll get back to you. No worries. Each week, practice your previous chunks while adding new ones. This way, you build a strong foundation step by step. The key is consistency. Better to learn 2 chunks perfectly every day than 10 chunks poorly once a week. Something beautiful happens when you speak with chunks instead of individual words. Your English starts to flow. You stop thinking in your language first. You begin to think in English patterns. Native speakers will say, "Your English sounds so natural." But you'll know the secret. It's not magic. It's chunking. This is what I want for all of you, my wonderful learners. English that feels natural, confident, and joyful. This is a new way of thinking about English learning. Before we finish today, let me give you a clear action plan. Today, choose 3 chunks from this episode. Write them down. Practice saying them out loud 5 times each. This week, look for 2 new chunks every day while listening to English. It could be from movies, other podcasts, or conversations. This month, build your collection to 50 useful chunks. Practice them regularly. Use them in real conversations. Remember, quality over quantity. It's better to know 10 chunks perfectly than 50 chunks poorly. My dear learners, chunking isn't just a study method. It's a new way of thinking. You're not building English from pieces. You're using complete building blocks. This is how children learn their first language. They don't learn grammar rules first. They learn chunks, phrases, and complete expressions. Then they naturally understand how the language works. You can do this too. You have everything you need. Just patience, practice, and the willingness to think differently about English learning. Remember, I believe in each and every one of you. You're not just learning English. You're discovering a new way to express yourself, to connect with the world, to share your beautiful thoughts and ideas. Thank you for spending time with me today. Thank you for being part of our wonderful learning community. Keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, keep your English natural, keep your confidence growing, and remember, you're doing better than you think. This is Teacher Emma from English Unlocked, the podcast. Take care, my wonderful learners. Bye for now.